Hey everyone, welcome to the channel. Today I'm just going to tap into y'all's energy and see what shadow work is needed this time. Just sort of illuminating the dark here, and we'll go ahead and do it by element. So follow any of your placements. Because this is healing work, I may also suggest to tap into your Chiron placement as well, okay? Yeah, pretty much. But any placement is good, okay? So we'll just go ahead and get going, all right? All right, for our water signs, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, Spirit. What lurks in the shadows? Who is this energy surrounding? What does Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio need to be aware of at this time, please and thank you. Just one. Thank you. All right, Five of Wands. You have some conflict here. Maybe this is surrounding conflict with others. Arguments, competition, tension, disagreements, challenges, conflict, and diversity. Leo's sun sign might be specific to one of y'all, okay? But it could be anyone with a high aspect Leo in their chart as well, if you happen to know that. This could be work, love, life situations, wherever you have conflict, okay? But let's see. I'm going to pull from the Shakti power. One, please. If it happens to have nudity on it, I'll have to turn it around. All right. All right, not too bad here. Card number 33. So threes might be significant. There may be good news arising from this situation. Maybe it's been a little stressful and you've been hoping for some reprieve. The Magician. What you identify with becomes who you are, okay? So perhaps having these energies around is not exactly reflecting of who you are, or this could be something that triggers what you had been or what you've been trying to heal from in this situation, okay? It's all about that manifestation with the energies around you, the people that like attracts like, right? So what energy you put out may attract these energies to come in, and maybe that's something you're trying to get to the bottom of so that you don't end up doing that in the future, okay? All right, let's see what we got from the Kali Oracle for you by Alana Fairchild here. Guidance, please, Spirit. For our water signs. Number 5 definitely changes upon with Guna Tantrika. And if there's time, I will go ahead and do the healing at the end. Okay. Guna Tantrika, the Divine Mother manifests a cure for when we feel overwhelmed or confused, or when we feel we're falling apart or locked into stagnation. So maybe this scenario has been feeling a little imprisoning and not going anywhere, right? Like it's just battle after battle after battle after battle, same story, same argument, same thing over and over again, same competition, all right? Even when we may not be sure what is needed to bring ourselves back into balance, she holds the answers. She is the superior medicine. Tune into your heart, and there you will find her sacred prescription. Trust your inner guiding sense of what to do or not to next. Trust that a better order is being established. Guna Tantrika is Kali as the medicine mother. She generates and regulates the 3 inherent qualities within all phenomena, including our body, mind, and soul. These 3 qualities are known as the 3 gunas, sattva, rajas, and tamas. As sattva, Kali is the peaceful detachment and contentment in the moment. She is the fire of rajas, the energy for taking action and hustling for our sacred manifestation. When our actions rest upon a pure-hearted foundation, our activities can become enlightened, bringing spiritual benefit to all beings, even if we don't always recognize the positive and far-reaching impact of our actions at the time. When we need to slow down to heal, ground ourselves, and regroup, Kali is tamas, the heaviness that allows energy to settle. This is the temporary inertia that stills momentum and allows for deep restoration and renewal. The freedom to take rest helps us stay the course for however long is needed to manifest our destiny without becoming desperate, despairing, or exhausted. In such rest, we reset, accessing the courage to drop our attachment to the external support systems and even our own plans. So at this time, you're going to need some rest, okay? So that you can see this situation for what it is from a different perspective, and then go and move accordingly to how you feel. So if you don't want to be around this conflict anymore, the peaceful detachment is probably a good thing right now, okay? When then become we then become increasingly able to allow, rather than trying to direct and control the manifestation of her divine plan through us. As we call upon her, Kali strengthens these qualities within. Listen to your heart for her guidance. Do you need to be peaceful, to take action, to let go and regroup? Your inner wisdom is her voice guiding you. Excess tamas keeps us enslaved in a negative holding pattern, and I do get the sense that this might have been something that had been a repetitive pattern for you. Then the guna, or energy that can help, actually hinders. We need Kali, the tantric priestess of the gunas, to intervene for our cure. Tamas can manifest as depression and procrastination, the inability to rise and take steps forward, or as action taken without thought of how it may affect others. To overcome excessive tamasic energy, Kali can stimulate us with divine fire, creating rajas, a powerful urge to take action. She may evoke agitation within or around us that compels us to act. She's not asking us to become reactive, but to have the confidence and courage to engage with what is happening from a place of inner wisdom. Rajas provide us with the gift of accomplishment and a healthy exertion to discharge anxiety and stress and promote feelings of restfulness and a lightness of spirit. This is the peace of satisfaction and rest after achievement, the third and final guna of sattva. Without Kali's wisdom and correction, rajas can easily shift into overactivity that doesn't accomplish much and leaves us feeling drained rather than satisfied. So that's a good indication for someone here if you're feeling drained because of external noise by more than one, okay? For whatever reason on this card here, okay? Challenges, conflict, disagreements, argument, competition, tension, diversity. They know it's time to take a break. We sink back into tamas instead of rising up to the sattvic state. Kali teaches us how to act without becoming caught up in the need to be busy for the sake of it. As we call upon her, she helps us to pour our energy into that which genuinely provides nourishment for the soul. This is also an opportunity to break any cycles with these individuals. If you notice, it only gets better for a little bit and then it goes back to conflict, and then it gets better for a little bit and then it goes back to conflict. Clearly something's not working in the situation, and it could be just time to disconnect from these individuals. You're not in alignment with them, right? Kali knows that excessive sattvic energy leads to detachment to the point of being dismissive or indifferent in the face of suffering. Sattva needs to be balanced so that it inspires rather than extinguishes our desire to act in ways that help alleviate the suffering of others. Yet it can also provide us with the comfort of detachment so that we can let go and strengthen ourselves if the pain we encounter in the world feels overwhelming. Definitely a lot of conflict will bring that for you. A lot of different energies trying to bring everything to the table with their own interests in mind and not everybody else in mind, okay? It can ask a lot of a person that's naturally giving. So it's best to kind of restore yourself. You can't give from an empty cup, right? But if you notice you are attracting these energies that are constantly dumping your cups over all the time, it's time to disconnect from those energies because they're not going to reciprocate at all. If they were to reciprocate, they would have done so by now instead of, recreating this cycle, okay? Kali is the inner knowledge of when and how to disengage from the emotional energy of others without losing compassion or becoming dismissive. Guna Tantrika manifests her wisdom and healing through our spiritual instincts. The body and mind know where there is a need for rest, for activity, for detachment, and for engagement. It takes strength of spirit not to override that inner knowing with social pressures or inhuman expectations for constant performance. In other words, you know your truth, okay? You know you're not meant for these people. You know that something is telling you that you don't want to keep replaying these arguments, this competition, this disagreement, these challenges or conflict or diversity. And it's time to detach, okay? Regardless of how they feel about it. You shouldn't be sacrificing yourself for so many. The body and mind know when there is a need for rest, for activity, for detachment, and for engagement. It takes strength of spirit not to override that inner knowing. When guna tantrika arises, we are asked to trust in the shifting cycles and to give ourselves what we need for well-being. No being benefits when they are at odds with themselves. You have the inner power and capacity to be at peace within your own being now. So perhaps your shadow is accepting your true self, right? Especially with regards to comparing to others. Stop. You are your own unique being. You have your own path. You got your own journey. It's not a sprint, it's a marathon. So you got to take time to rest from time to time and step back from the chaos so that you can examine it better and see if it's in your highest and greatest, most loving good, okay? So if you would like, you're more than welcome to close your eyes right now and just listen. And you can also say verbally or with your mind's voice the following dedication. Get to the next picture. All right. And you can place your hands in prayer at your heart if you like. Your intention is to amplify the blessings received until they shine like a triple star system in your base chakra at the bottom of your spine, the solar plexus in your torso, and the third eye chakra between your eyebrows. So you're going to be working those three right now. These three energy centers are radiating light through all dimensions from the spiritual benefit of all beings. Here we go. In the base chakra, Kali prepares the seeds as they rest and gather energy for what is to come for the spiritual benefit of all beings. In the solar plexus, Ma creates the necessary fire, desire, and capacity for enlightened activity. Through the third eye chakra, Kali Ma manifests clarity and peace so that her purpose is accomplished to benefit all beings. Kali Ma, manifest your sacred medicines for the spiritual benefit of all. Jai Ma Kali. There you go, water signs. Hopefully that helps. Have a good one. Bye. All right, for our air sign placements, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. And we may have time to do the dedication or prayer at the end as well. Let's see here what's going on for our air signs. What shadows are illuminated at this time? What is this surrounding? Please and thank you. Ooh, interesting. Water signs got this. You might have some strong water placements, okay? But you get it in the reverse. 5 of Wands, Leo energy here. Passive, aggressive, scattered, inner conflict, conflict avoidance, tension release, compromise, teamwork, harmony, and solution. So there may be some shadows surrounding that. Okay. I wonder if you have a deep connection with a water sign and they're going through some stuff, so you're probably feeling what they're feeling. All right, let's see. This could also just be in work, love, life situations as well. Maybe there's energies around you and it's just a little triggering at the moment and you kind of want to run from it, right? Or maybe there's some difficulty and compromise somewhere. All right, what's going on here, Spirit? What's the shadow? From the Shakti wisdom power? Shakti power, Buddha wisdom back here. And if there's any nudity on these cards, I'm going to have to turn them around. Just so you know. Let's see. Oh, speak of the devil. All right. All righty. So, hold on. I'm going to cover her up as best as possible for right now so you can at least see it. 48 breaks down to a 12 and a 3, so that might be significant to someone as numbers. A fierce purba wielding blue dakini, conduit from the sky to the earth. Be fierce and vanquish whatever is holding you back, okay? Let me just take a gander here. I'm getting a sense of really needing to ground yourself with the conduit from the sky to the earth. Get more deeply connected with the physical self at the moment. Not just to reground, but also so that you're not overthinking or letting your thoughts wander, get you into a mental imprisonment here, okay? I wish I could face that forward to you guys. It's a beautiful card. All right, let's get you some Kali guidance here from the Kali Oracle by Lana Fairchild. Please and thank you, just one. I'm not counting that. That was my nail controlling the cards, not my energy. Ooh, let's see here. We have number 1, and she's fine. Okay, Smashana. Ooh, I love it. That's also what's on the cover. So maybe this is full frontal, right? Like it's on Front Street. It's also the new beginning here, okay? She shines her blessing of divine deconstruction, clearing away that which undermines your confidence and inhibits your activity on your life path. With the courage born of unconditional trust, you can accept her fierce intervention in your life with openness to the positive changes that shall emerge as a result. Smashana Kali is fierce. Her presence indicates radical divine intervention. It may at first be experienced as a shock and some form of upheaval. So I'm getting a definite sense that there is tension here, right? And maybe it's just time to let it go. She dwells in the taboo lands of the cremation grounds. Hers is the teaching that divine timing must prevail, and sometimes certain involvements or circumstances must end. Definitely an end to this conflict, right? We cannot control the workings of destiny, but we can choose how we respond to the essential ending of a chapter in our lives. So this is definitely something temporary for you, okay? It allows you to end something so you can begin anew. Smashana can appear when we are in difficult times due to the loss of a loved one, so that could be the significant thing here, or the failure of something we had counted on, or even a more subtle inner experience of an ending we cannot link to an external event. Her presence is an indication that life as you have known it will change radically. This can be a welcome release from difficult times, and I do see that with the Five of Wands reversed here, and prolonged cycles of suffering. Smashana is not quiet and subdued in the cremation grounds. She is wild and vital. She brings energy and aliveness to situations where there would otherwise be none. She brings about an end to stagnation that has been depleting your life force. An upheaval can give rise to uncertainty about how to manage the transition and what will come next. We must remember that in the tantric teachings, cremation grounds are not only places of death, but of liberation. Kali teaches that sometimes what we have loved needs to be released so a greater love can manifest in new form. We cannot always know what that needs to be, but we can trust Kali is acting for our benefit. We may have a fear around letting go, just as many beings fear the ultimate act of letting go, the release of the body into death itself. Kali is not a goddess of actual death. She is the goddess of the spiritual and symbolic death of the ego. So ego death may be present here, and this may be some residual from that, okay? Her presence is about endings that lead to new beginnings. That's the number 1 on the card, right? Her presence is not about death, but transformation. She not only brings to an end that which obstructs our spiritual fruition, she also manifests a path from release to re-emergence. Dwelling in the lands of the dead, she is a sacred feminine chariot that carries the soul beyond the threshold of one life cycle or chapter into the next. If you know you have come to the end of a road in some significant way and are awaiting clarity on how to cross the threshold toward whatever is next, her presence will make that path known to you. Her appearance is the portent of powerful change. Although we may not welcome it at first, we know that because it is initiated by her, wild wisdom and divine love are its underlying purpose. As we move with the challenges taking place within and likely also around us, we will eventually recognize the blessings that have transformed our lives for the better. All right. Now for the invocation ritual. In whatever way is appropriate for you, prostrate yourself before her wild presence. That may mean bowing your head to your hands in prayer, imagining and intending that you are bowing before her divine will. It may involve laying your entire body face down on the floor, forehead to the ground, completely surrendered to her. Do what feels authentic and sacred for you at this moment. Then be seated or stand once more and raise your hands, palms up, open, facing, as it is an offering all your attachments to her. So, like that, okay? So you can just sit here with your hands like this if you can, even with your eyes closed, that would be fine. Or if you feel inclined to lie down, go for it. Take a moment to connect with your heart, perhaps by placing your hand at your heart for a moment, and say the following invocation in your mind's eye or out loud. Beloved Ma, Smashana Kali, Vama Kali, you raise the sword of divine truth in your right hand. My heroic heart, yearning for freedom, truth, and love beyond all else, leaps with joy at the sight of you. The lotus flowers of compassion fall, reminding me that your ferocity is divine love in action. You wield the swords of severing grace. Obstructions and defilements submit to your blade. I bear the loss that follows your intervention with dignity. I offer to you all pain and fear that may arise through this process. My heartfelt offerings are testaments to my loving trust in your wisdom. May your power bring freedom to all beings. Jai Ma Kali. There you go, air signs. Hopefully that helps. Follow your other placements, okay? Bye. All right, fire sign placements. Let's see what's in the shadows for you guys. Aries, Leo, Sagittarius placements. Again, you may want to go follow your Chiron as well. And we will do the invocation ritual or prayer at the end as well. So if you would like to get in a comfortable seated position right now to prepare for that, you're welcome to. Do any breath work that feels natural. What's going on for our fire sign spirit? What shadows need illumination right now? Okay, we have the Three of Pentacles in reverse. All right, so you could be dealing with a earth sign, yes, sorry, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, or this could just be the energy, right? Disharmony, isolation, unskilled, misalignment, working alone, lack of collaboration, no motivation, few goals, or misalignment. So maybe there's a situation with 3 or more people here where things just aren't quite working out for you, and it just feels a little out of alignment, feels disharmonious. Maybe you feel like you're doing too much on your own in this situation. I am feeling a shadow of investing in things that aren't giving back reciprocity, right? Sort of this overgiving energy a little bit. I also heard maybe investing in things based only on face value rather than what it really is for you. Okay, let's see here. Yeah, not feeling ready to kind of, or feeling like you can kind of see through that mask, right? Bringing up some kind of insecurity, working with others. I also heard agoraphobia, introversion, and something from the past too. Okay. All right. This deck might have some nudity, so I might have to turn the card around. Let's see if I can hide its modesty here, so the YouTube algorithms do not freak out. Oh, good. This is an alright one. Water signs got this. Okay, so you might have some water sign activity or earth sign activity surrounding this. Number 33, that is good news. Okay, you are protected. Bhadrakilaya, the magician. What you identify with becomes who you are. Definitely this like attracts like energy here. So you may be attracting energies that are not in your best and highest good, only because you're only evaluating the surface of it. It's easy to do that before awakening, right? Just because we're not tapped into our gifts and our abilities to be able to read the energy of the room. We only are basing our judgments on what's in, what the person is presenting, or the people are presenting, or this group dynamic is presenting, right? So this may be triggering some kind of insecurity in you about whether or not you can trust people, whether or not you can identify people that are good for you or not good for you, okay? I don't get a sense this has been a constant cycle, but could very well be. This may be something that has come up now so that you can actually work on it, because it's now time to work on it. Maybe you've been alone a long time, and now you're in a position where you are working with others. Let's see here. Final guidance from the Kali Oracle, please. How to heal this. Thank you. 25 breaks down to a 7. Kamala Devi. God, what a beautiful card. Okay. We witness her beauty, and all struggle melts into grace upon a grateful sigh. Ooh, I'm hearing breath work might be very important for you right now, to really just get centered and into yourself, okay? Tapping into your heart space about a situation. The heart softens into her protection and radiates peace. Her presence transforms frustration into inspiration, fatigue into replenishment, and overactivity into effortless attraction. She is the golden pathway of divine manifestation and peaceful contentment. She empowers your heart to receive with the same generosity, openness, and grace that you express when you give freely and joyfully. So maybe it's about opening up your heart chakra too, so that you can be open to receive your blessings, okay? Instead of closing off into isolation, you're going to kind of flip the script, not worry so much about what they're not showing, and more of what you're willing to accept, okay? If that makes sense. Abundant divine blessings are upon you. The 10th of the 10 Mahavidyas, the wisdom goddesses, is the gracious goddess Kamala. Her presence reminds us not to make things more difficult for ourselves than they need to be. Sometimes the assumption of burden is necessary for our growth. At other times, growth happens when we learn to cast the burden aside, understanding that we will be able to offer so much more when we're not carrying another on our backs. And perhaps that's taking on too much of this partnership or collaboration, right? Sometimes a more graceful path evokes greater spiritual progress, which ultimately benefits all beings. Kamala Devi holds the wealth generating, life force protecting qualities of preservation and cultivation. If we are used to always giving out, sorry, let me rephrase that. If we are used to always giving out, even if we receive a lot but consistently overshare or leak our energies, and that's definitely something I'm feeling here, okay? She teaches us that the loving art of self-valuing. This is not selfishness, but self-care. When we care for ourselves, we show respect for who we are and what we have to offer. That respect is an energetic broadcast that repels lower level energies. It gives us the firmness of mind to set boundaries. I definitely sense this too, while attracting opportunities and pathways for expansion. Again, what you put out, your energy comes back, right? Maybe it's time to call your energy back, set some boundaries with some people, and say, look, I'm not doing any more for you. I've done too much already. I'm going to give you the opportunity to contribute to the greater good here. When genuinely good and true things are strengthened and shared, every being gains spiritual benefit. Her presence at a reading speaks of a divine harvest of success and beauty created and protected, of longevity and of peace. Kamala is the tantric emanation of Lakshmi, awakening deeper spiritual understanding of the nature of material prosperity and spiritual enlightenment. Kamala provides many beautiful gifts in such a way that we learn and grow through the blessings. Tantra exists outside conventional religious practices and social mores. We cannot access true and sacred knowledge of oneself or the world when bound by the opinions of mass culture. We cannot find our authentic being within such constraints. Societal conditioning lacks the wisdom, generosity, freedom, respect, spaciousness, and insight to be able to bear the process of individual awakening. That can only happen outside society's constructs. This is why enlightened mystics in every religious tradition have always come into conflict with traditional figureheads in their religion. The Divine Mother protects the path to fulfillment, even when authority or bureaucracy try to stifle it. Be direct about your intentions and desires. Allow her to show you the graceful path through any difficulty by consulting with your heart and having the patience and willingness to see another way. Locking horns in direct conflict is not always going to lead you towards the outcome you wish. And conflict definitely was around water sign energy, okay? They definitely had this card as well, okay? So this may be you freeing yourself from it. Establishing those boundaries, right? Kamala Devi brings us gifts of abundance on every level, and through the inner sense of spiritual security, cultivated a fearlessness of heart is born. She is the lotus flower, the signifier of wealth of such a nature that spiritual life is enhanced, not polluted. She is known as sattvic, or peaceful, and carries the energy of Mother Mary, Mary Magdalene, and the planetary sister to Earth, Venus. These beings manifest gentle yet effective enlightened feminine activity for the spiritual benefit of all. This vibration is not common on our planet, yet its bearers can often recognize one another. They have a mutual love of beauty, respect for nature, and a deep and unwavering love for the divine. They also have a life purpose of embodying higher frequency energies than those commonly manifested in the human collective at this time. Kamala is often particularly healing for highly sensitive people who feel a natural energetic resonance with her delicacy and subtlety. Kamala is particularly active with the hearts of those who naturally feel there is a universal truth that cannot be constrained by any single path or opinion. These are the freedom-loving souls that believe in live and let live, and yet devote themselves to whatever path they truly resonate with, in the hopes that it can bring benefit to the collective. They do not wish to convert or control, but to share their knowledge and wisdom from the heart, because they have found such comfort and grace in what they have learned. It's absolutely true. And it feels better every time you do, right? It just keeps getting better. And you keep opening up more gifts in the process because you're open to receive, right? When you receive with such generosity, you want to share the wealth. Absolutely. Kamala is assigned to share what you know to increase love and peace in the world without trying to force or dominate another to agree with your viewpoint. She asks for your unconditional trust so she can gently disentangle your soul from obstructing and lowering energies to help you rise above and shine your big, beautiful, peaceful light. Okay. So, invocation ritual. This would be a good time to close your eyes and take a few deep breaths in and out. Okay. Say this prayer of invocation aloud or in your mind's voice. Okay? Mata Kamala Devi, gentle and all-powerful divine queen, supreme feminine being without consort or constraint, goddess of the present moment, sacred mother of the fulfillment of innate divine purpose, you provide wealth to support the soul's awakening. After the fires of transformation and sacred exertions of will to conquer the obstacles, you are peace, assurance, comfort, and success. You are the divine harvest. You are the blessed final outcome, the divine fruition. I bow to you, Kamala Ma, and invoke your growing presence, influence, protection, and guidance in my life and in our world for the spiritual benefit of all beings. Jai Ma. There you go, fire signs. Hopefully that helps. Have a good one. Bye. All right, earth signs. Let's see what we got for you. What's lurking in the shadows? What needs to be shined light on? Go ahead and get yourself into a comfortable position. We will be doing the prayer ritual at the end. All right, Spirit. For Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn placements, what is happening? What's shadow? What's causing shadow at this time? What's the trigger? All right, we have Three of Wands, Aries energy, specifically with Mars. You might want to check your Mars placement. Discovery, decisions, planning, progress. Oh, it's the Two of Wands. Sorry. Maybe there needs to be an enlightened perspective as well here. Partnership, personal power. Okay. So maybe there's some fears surrounding where to go in a situation for yourself or a decision that you have to make. Maybe there's some sense of indecisiveness. And maybe there's just a limited perspective on it at the moment. We need to shine some light on that. Okay. This could have something to do with a partnership. Maybe there's triggering something about get a sense of worry about making the right decision. Let's see. I'm using the Shakti Power Buddha Wisdom deck. It does have nudity on it, so pardon me if I have to turn it around to avoid these censors, YouTube algorithms. All right. Let's see, what do we have here? Okay, I think this is going to hide very well. Okay. Card number 12 breaks down to 3. All right, the ecstatic Dakin. Lion-headed Simamuka. Old age brings wisdom and fierce certainty. Okay, so maybe there's something you already know in this situation, right? This could have been something you learned a long time ago, and now it's being resurfaced to be healed. Okay, and you have to make a move on it. Okay, I don't think that's going to be an issue. Okay, it's only one boob. Okay. All right. Kali, what do you say for this? Please and thank you, darling. What's the guidance? One, please. Thank you. Card number 19 breaks down to a 10, so there's definitely something, a decision to end here, okay? Bhuvanesvari. Doing my best to pronounce there. All right. All right. And I will we'll do the incantation at the end. There we go. There she is. I love how her third eye is bejeweled there. That might be an indication that maybe you might need to really open up that chakra at this time. Perhaps even using crystals might help at this time as well. All right. Amethyst, selenite, clear quartz, something, okay? Our cosmic mother is the light bringer, the sun and the moon, the light of renewal and healing. She is the divine voice, the sound of creation, the sublime note that births a golden era. Hers is the capacity to create a clean slate and a fresh start. She is hope, and she is arising. She protects and preserves that which is worthy of the heart. She shines in a perpetual state of divine beauty and radiance, reigniting our creative fires and attracting to us the most supportive and honoring circumstances. Her presence signifies utmost grace. I'm definitely feeling like maybe this is a partnership or a decision that has to be made, a connection with something that has something to do with your sacral chakra as well, okay? That could be a parental tie, family tie, a soul tie of any kind. That could even be just your connection with creativity and your inner divine feminine, okay? Beautiful Bhuvanesvari, fourth of the Mahavijja wisdom goddesses, is colored like the rising sun with the crescent moon at her brow. She is the goddess of abundance and the kind priestess that provides the pathway to healing and fulfillment. She is the quality of preservation and sustaining nourishment. When we have fought hard to accomplish something worthwhile and honoring of the soul, she provides the means to protect it so it may endure. This may relate to a state of being, a project with heart, or a relationship karmically destined to unite and empower certain souls for the spiritual benefit of the collective. Her presence particularly relates to the divine beautification of the physical world, the bringing of heaven to earth. The name Bhuvanesvari means sovereign queen of the world. From Bhuvana, which means the earth, our world, and Isvari, which means female ruler. If there is a situation in your physical life that has ugliness and discord at its heart, the appearance of her signifies that it shall be healed and realigned through her grace. Believe in the beautiful possibilities of what you are yet to experience, rather than placing your faith in what you have experienced thus far. In other words, but wait, there's more. In my awakening, in my journey, that always manifests itself as Billy Mays in infomercial, because, you know, my higher self has a sense of humor and always accesses something from the 80s or 90s for me that would be visual. I always see him going, but wait, there's more. I'm like, okay. So this is a sign that, but wait, there's more, right? Be open to receive it, okay? You're going to get much more. Her presence in a reading signifies harmony and beauty awakening in your world in a very tangible way, okay? As a creatress of the forms of all the worlds, including the world of our bodies, She holds special power to work on a physical level to bring healing to our bodies and material life circumstances. As the energy of fulfillment, wellness, and vitality, she is the divine feminine medicine for those who run their energy levels to depletion, hovering somewhere between exhaustion and barely scraping by to meet all demands. She can help us replenish and to learn what it feels like to operate from a place of fullness. So what we give does not deplete, but encourages us to open more, to receive more, so it overflows. When such a giving takes place, we are strengthened and uplifted. In a reading, she indicates a shift from poverty consciousness and lack to prosperity consciousness and abundance. Oftentimes what we refer to as lack mindset and wealth mindset, okay? More simply put. She is the primordial, creative, divine power of sound. Ooh, sound healing might be specific for someone at this point, okay? She is the goddess Vak, who emanates as Saraswati, the goddess of sound, music, creativity, knowledge, and healing. So you may be a songwriter or a musician, and this could be something for you at this time, okay? Or the use of sound healing might be extremely helpful right now. Go check out the playlist. There's tons there. I always add more as soon as I discover them and test them out myself, okay? The oracle indicates the significance of voice, creative power, inner spiritual authority, and sound healing. All creative phenomena have a sound frequency. It may not be physically audible, but the vibration can be felt at a soul level. If it vibrates higher than we do, it will uplift us. If it vibrates lower, we may feel pulled down, next page, or depleted by it, unless we can remain peacefully anchored in our true frequency, in which case we tend to influence lower energies and uplift them with our presence. Everything has a frequency, from the people and places we connect with to the energies that permeate and influence the space where we live and the objects with which we surround ourselves. In many spiritual cultures, that is known as animism, okay? I believe I talked about that actually. The Shaman Box Oracle series I did. Go see that one in the playlist. It should be under the tools review, okay? Playlist. I believe so. Because it came with a book talking about our connection to all things, okay? All things have a story to tell. The more sensitive we become, the more we will feel, and potentially be moved, positively or not, by that story. To surround oneself with that which speaks the story that heals us, that supports us and inspires us, thus attracting what you want, right? Okay. Can be constructive for our well-being and spiritual progress. In a reading, she brings your attention to the influences in your life, asking you to note how you feel around certain people or places, and to consider how to protect and uplift your energy. Her gift of preservation is the counterbalancing power to Kali Ma's destructive energies. With Kali breaking through the false foundations, Bhuvaneswari can help to rebuild and preserve what is true to the soul. When she arises in a reading, she is asking you to take note of what needs to be preserved, protected, and secured, even during the wilds of Kali Ma's transformational activities in your life. Sometimes a period of withdrawal to allow for protection and inner strengthening is helpful. Occasionally, we simply just need a place, what is precious, and away from the grasping and greed of unworthy hands to be able to do that. You can genuinely love and wish for the spiritual fulfillment of all hearts while still recognizing the limitations of yourself and others and respond appropriately. She helps us to see clearly by increasing the light of our lives. Her presence is also an indication that at some level you need a completely fresh start. And she will facilitate this inner reset if you are willing to allow it, because you still have free will, right? You got to say, yes, it's okay. This will bring you freedom and energy to reach new heights. All right. For the invocation ritual, go ahead and be in a seated position. Do any breath work you may need to do at this time. Close your eyes. Say the following prayer out loud or in your mind's ear. Beloved Goddess of Universal Light, Bhuvaneswari, our beloved rising sun, priestess of the crescent moon, bejeweled and abundant with golden grace, soft with compassion, generous source of all prosperity and hope, you nurture our souls. You are the gift of sustaining grace. You are the wisdom of sustaining protection. I open my heart to you, welcoming you without hesitation into every aspect of my life, in every dimension of my being. May my soul be an altar to your love, wisdom, and grace for the spiritual benefit of all beings. May I live in complete integrity and harmony with your will. As above, so below. Ja Mai Devi, Jai Ma Bhuvanasvari. There you go, Earth Science. Hopefully that helps. Follow your other placements. Chirons come up. Let me see if there's any others here. Mars. All right, there you go. Have a good one. Bye.